Okay. What sort of prize we got?
Pour me another drink, 'cause I don't wanna feel a thing no more, hell no. I just wanna sip it till the pain wears off. Pour me another round. Line 'em up and knock 'em down.
Well, I'm bored. I've been locked up here in Melbourne for forever, and it's freezing and it's cold, and I've just had enough, and I've got to get the hell out of here.
I wear a ring without her, don't wanna hit the
I mean, I've got three choices. We can take the GT, option 1, 2 dirt bikes, or 3 the big bad boy there, and get out of town. We could take GT, but it's quite a beast, and normally you get a speeding fine. The dirt bikes are just a bucket load of fun. They're great. I love them. They're light. They're fast. They're powerful. They go anywhere. And but last time I took them out up in the dunes in Rabe, it was just like face plant. I got a little bit caught out by that. I sort of went flat out over the shallow side. Didn't slow down enough for the deep side. So that leaves me with a big boy. That's a bit bigger trip, and look, it goes fast and it carries a lot of gear. It's for big transcontinental trips, really. I mean, going from Melbourne to Cape York, you know, or Melbourne to London actually, but let's just work on Cape York for the moment. I guess it's part being on a bike. I mean, you're there by yourself. You're doing your thing, and part of it is outback. It's just the open expanse. The whole thing adds up to freedom. You know, it's getting away from no one to bug you, no one to disturb you, no one to hassle you. No rules, no regulations. So, what do we need? We need camping gear. So we need my favourite tent. We need my favourite sleeping bag. Tools, spares, and clothes. That's basically it. Clothes, nothing much. I mean, spare jocks and socks and a few Kmart black t-shirts. Toolkit, Not a big deal. Spares, really just you need a couple of spare tubes. Why the Burke and Wills trip? I mean, they are the explorers that, quite frankly, best of my knowledge, it was a bit of a fuck up, really. They didn't make it. They died in the process. So we'll try and actually make it. We'll try and actually do it. It's a challenge, yeah, to do what they did and see what sort of conditions they confronted. Obviously, there weren't the towns and the roads that we're about to see, but should be good. On the big boy, I'll have to see if Neil's in good shape and he can get a leave pass and we'll go. Oh, we'll do a bit of circle work on the way around to Neil's, I think. Hey mate, there you go.
Good, yourself?
Yeah, what are you, making a brew?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, okay. What beer we drinking, mate?
It's supposed to be a Galaxy Pale Ale, but it's a little bit maltier than normal.
Okay, right.
You like it?
Yeah, don't mind it. Yeah, pretty good. So what are you going to do about this motorbike of yours? It bloody looks like brand new and it's sitting on the rack there all tied down and stuff. We're going to go for a ride or what?
I thought you were going to organise a trip.
Yeah, we'll go up to the tip, the top of Australia.
Ooh, it's a long way. So, over what?
You're getting a bit too old, mate. Bloody, the knees are giving way. You're going to...
Oh, it's the knees, the hip. You got something mapped out?
Yeah. I'm thinking like the Birdsville races, and so we go. I think he did it before. He did the Burke and Wills track, and so yeah, go up through Swan Hill and Menindee and Packsaddle and through Birdsville. Go to the Birdsville races, and then we're off up to Bullier and Four Ways up to near Corumba, I guess, basically where they finished up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where they finished.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Birdsville races sounds good.
Yeah, sounds alright. Yeah.
Weather's reasonable too. So yeah, I reckon I'll be in on that.
Yeah. All right.
So that's not far away.
No, it's not. No. Is the missus going to give you a leave pass on short notice?
So yeah, that'll be no issues. No, she's a good stick. She'll allow me to.
She's all right, yeah.
She wants me to justify buying the bike in the first place.
Probably bloody glad to get rid of you too. Yeah.
So over how many days?
You only got a week though, haven't you?
Yeah. So I might pull the pin at Birdsville.
And then Steve was thinking about you coming across the Simpson Desert and another trip, and we join up with Steve, and I'll keep going up to the tip, up to Cape York with him, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'll be in on that.
Yeah, all right.
So, we better get our shit together.
Better get our shit together, yeah. You reckon the gear's going to fit? And
actually it'll be a good shakedown for the bike.
yeah, it needs to see a bit of action, as does the big KTM needs a bit of a shakedown too, I think.
My bike's all serviced, so it's ready to roll.
Ready to go too, so well, we better go get organised then. Head downstairs, and I'll head back to my place and pop around tomorrow morning. We're gone.
The weather's shit.
Yeah, the weather's shit, and I mean, it's not such a bother. You bloody heated hand grips and stuff, and heated jackets and stuff. But for us KTM ag bike riders, I mean, it's a bit more of a challenge. But yeah, let's get the hell out of this.
The border, it'll be right.
Yeah.
Up towards Broken Hill.
Yeah, all right, mate. Sounds good. Bit of freedom. Be good.
Actually,
How out of you?
sure, I'm looking forward to this. Spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Any way to do it.
Yep. Yeah, for a bit of an adventure.
There's a place for us sitting here
Hey mate, how much fuel we're going to need to get to Cape York?
Fill her up.
Fill her up.
Fill her up.
Well, there's the tanker there. You got like 33 litres, I only got 21, so. Fully fueled, let's go. We've only got, what, about 4,500 k's or something to do, so we better get moving.
Well, we're going to get Swan Hill tonight.
Swan Hill tonight, yeah.
What are we doing this time? We're leaving Melbourne on the back of a KTM 1190 Adventure R, a motorbike heading to the tip of Australia. South to north. Sounds simple, but it, well, isn't. There's a reason it's on many bucket lists and won't be crossed off most of them. Even with modern tech, it's long and it's hard. Chasing Zephyr is following in the footsteps of the infamous explorers Burke and Wills. The duo, in 1860, funded by the colony of Victoria, who were competing with South Australia, attempted to explore everything from Melbourne to the Gulf of Carpentaria. The Gulf is the sea that sits between the tip of Queensland and Northern Territory. Once there, we plan to head further north to the tip, to find our freedom on the open sea. It took us 3 hours to reach our first stop, Swan Hill. It took Burke and Wills 17 days. Of course, we had motorbikes and few supplies. They had 19 people, 23 horses, 6 wagons, and 26 camels and even an oak table. Here, Burke possibly planted this fig tree. Passing through this area, Burke and Wills camped at what is now Bill Barker Park. We could have done that too. Could have, being the key word. We chose the pub.
Oh yeah. Then the officer first said, "You better get a lawyer, son. You better get a..."
Burke stayed at Menindee in the Thomas Paine Hotel. Here is where the real drama started. Burke's second-in-command, George Landals, resigned after Burke dumped 60 litres of rum, which Landals was going to use to prevent scurvy in the camels he'd brought over from India. 13 men in total quit here, including the doctor. The positive news was that Wills was promoted and is now a legend of Australia, posthumously. Burke and Wills continued with 6 men, 15 camels and 1 horse, Billy. So now, instead of 150 to 23, we had a horsepower advantage of 150 to 1. Camels don't count. If you wondered about the name, Burke and Wills apparently lost a pack saddle here.
Getting ready to hit the road. We're in Pack Saddle. It's sort of about halfway between Broken Hill and Tibooburra. On our way to Tibooburra and then on to Birdsville. We've got about 800 k's to do today, and about 1100 from Melbourne. We're on the big chase for finding Zephyr up the Cape. We'll go to the Birdsville races first. We had a night in the Pack Saddle pub here. Quite okay. Beautiful day, nice blue skies, red dirt, looks good. Chilly at the moment, but should warm up some. That's the BMW with all the luxuries and all the automation, and then the KTM, the overpowered ag bike. Camping gear in one pannier, we've got clothes in another. And would you believe it, we've got a kite, a small harness and a kite bar in the backpack there, in the back roll bag. And we're going to take that all the way to Cape York and see if we can find Zephyr. What we do for a board is another question.
On the way to Inaminka, we passed through Malprinka, a town with a pub.
And it's something quite peculiar, something that's shimmering and white, leads you here despite your destination.
And Tibooburra, another town with a pub. This is Inaminka. This wasn't a town when Burke and Wills travelled through here. And, well, there still isn't too much around. No offence.
So here we are, Inaminka pub. There's about 10,000 times more flies than there is people here. Population of, I don't know, 20 people. They all work at the pub and the service station. Beautiful day. We've got another 4 hours minimum to Birdsville though, and probably can't go. It's going to get too dark. We're going to come up against roofs. We'd have to slow down. I don't know. We might have to stay here.
From little things, big things grow. From little things, big things grow.
Well, mate, how's the ride been so far?
Welcome to Cooper's Creek and the Dig Tree. This creek marks the edge of the lands explored by Europeans. The disaster didn't happen here right away. This is the place Burke and Wills used as a sort of staging ground to explore the Gulf of Carpentaria. Here, they left a man called William Bray in charge of their supplies with 3 others, while they went off to finish the job. Burke, Wills, Gray and King left for the Gulf with 6 camels and Burke's horse, Billy.
God knows I tried.
This is, of course, Australia's most famous tree. It is the dig tree, the Burke and Wills dig tree. quite a problematic story, and it ended up in disaster. So the trip to the Gulf was meant to take 3 months. It took 4. They got back here, and Bray had already left. He'd got a touch of scurvy and thought he should head down to Menindee Lakes, and he did, and he left on 9:30 in the morning, and Burke, Wills and King got back at late afternoon, and yeah, they were not very happy that the team had left, but Bray had left some supplies, and he wrote on the tree, dig here, and so they had supplies, they were replenished, and for a couple of days built up their strength, and then went on to Mount Despair, which was sort of on the way down to Adelaide. Not very happy, short of supplies, only 2 camels. They actually didn't make it. They had to come back in a couple of weeks. In the interim, Bray had come back from Menindee Lakes and checked whether Burke and Wills and King had come back. They had, but it didn't look very hard. There had been notes, and subsequently left again. Burke, Wills and King got back here, and even more horrified that Bray had been back again, and this time they were sort of pretty much buggered because they didn't have any food, they didn't have any camels, so they buried their notebooks under the tree here, and yeah, Burke died just very close to here, and King actually survived. Bit of a horrific story, a bit of a fuck up really. There is some argument as to which is the dig tree. This is sort of said to be the dig tree. It could be said to be the other one there. Real truth is they just couldn't handle the bloody flies. I can't either. So a pretty nice spot to camp, eh? Understand why they made the store, the depot here. Here we are, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. 62 k's out of Inaminka, which is just a pub. On our way to Birdsville. We've got another 280 kilometres to go. Just dirt roads, 4-wheel drive track. It's called the Walker's Track. Passable when it's wet. Should be okay today.
But when it's not, it looks like this.
Hopefully we've got enough fuel. There's a spare fuel can on board. Just our mere 21 litres in the tank on the KTM. Anyway, nice day for a ride, blue sky, about 30 degrees, just fine. Looking forward to the ride, let's go. Here we are, we made it. Woohoo! Birdsville. Now we have 4-wheel drive city. There's hardly a sedan inside. It's just all 4-wheel drives and campers and caravans. A massive. See the what? Free.
Yeah, you know, little $2 for free.
No.
The only thing I use is HK.
Here is Steve, who takes over for Neil for the journey to the tip.
Give me a bit of a dusty old ride today, boys. The old Zephyr's come up. Not for any good use, just to raise a bit of dust. Not going to be too good for the kiting, eh? Yeah, we'll get the kite down the Diamantina River here. That'd be a first.
Birdsville, on the edge of the Simpson Desert. You might think it's just another small Queensland town, and it is, until it isn't. Each year the population goes from 140 to 7,000, just a small increase of 4,900%. That's because Birdsville annually hosts the Birdsville races. It's not just the major horse race. People participate in boxing, dance, and just do some eccentric stuff.
Wilker reserved for race 5, so field of 5 in race 4, and the race just
Birdsville races. 2017. Big spectacular event.
Queensland umbrellas down.
Went for some horses, not many of them. And the first and second prizes. Freeway here was holding Birdsville.
Burke and Wills made multiple camps as they journeyed through the Birdsville region. At their final camp, just 3 kilometres from town, they shot Billy and ate him.
Looking everywhere 'cause I had to find you. This is not the way that I remember you. Anyone will tell you it's a prisoner island, hidden in the summer for a million years. Great summer
Here we are at the Bedourie pub. We're on our way to Lulia and stay there the night, and then on to Mount Isa and maybe Cloncurry tomorrow. Before we head further north to Normanton, and or may detour and go to Castle Station. Yeah, let's see. Let's go have a beer and a cheese sandwich at the Royal Hotel in Bedourie, about 200 k's north of Birdsville.
We're sure Burke and Wills would have appreciated Bedourie if it had existed at the time. However, they were 20-ish years too early to recover at the Royal Hotel. You might want to try the pies to honour Billy.
Hi guys, how we doing?
Well, we did go to William Creek all the way out there, and then we came across the top of the Simpson on the Madigan line.
Okay, so we've got yummy pies in the Bedourie pub. We're gonna, what sort of pies we got? Dead horse. Really? Well, I haven't seen any dead horses on the side of the road. I thought
I've seen a few dead kangaroos.
Queensland, west Queensland, right in the middle of nowhere. Sort of halfway now between Birdsville and Mount Isa. Grab some breakfast, about 8 AM. Hit the road. Destination Normanton, up the Gulf Country. May not quite get there today, but we'll see how we go.
Town of Boulia lies on the Burke River. It was in this area that Burke found out Gray had been stealing extra ration and, depending on whose account you believe, scolded or beat the man. Unfortunately, this could have been just as he was falling ill. These explorers really have astoundingly bad luck.
Stevie's still struggling with his straps, I think. That's why he doesn't wear bras. At the Quamby pub on the way from Mount Isa, Cloncurry to Normanton, and coming up to a little intersection called Burke and Wills, Roadhouse, Burke and Wills. But here's something pretty sad. The Quamby Hotel, here about 35 years ago, is now a relic. It's no more. So commiserations to me and my mates who had a good old session here one night.
So, yeah, this pub is Quamby. Not even ghosts live here.
Very sad when things like this happen, Steve.
I suppose it's too close to Cloncurry. That's
Yeah.
why I reckon those pubs like Lungarini survive.
Yeah.
Not enough people come in.
Yeah.
His red eyes were glaring up at me from the chute tonight. His horns were slashing through the air like a Ginsu knife. He'll burst out the gate like these Texas twists.
Our next stop was Burke and Wills Roadhouse at the Four Ways. There's 4 ways in, and coincidentally, 4 ways out.
There we are, beautiful morning. Let's do some rodeo over here, is it? Or is this just a mustering? Oh, it's just a cattle yard here. Yeah, luxury pad for the night. Where we're heading, mate? North.
Might be the strike of fuel there. Because
So we're down here right now, yeah? Head up to
that's
Normanton.
no worries to get to Corumba.
Corumba. See what happens there. We've got to do our fuel and our tyres and shit.
Well, it's from there.
We head up to Dunbar. And then up to this Mulgrave, yeah?
Musgrave, yeah.
Musgrave.
Yeah. 496 k's of fuel.
496 k's of fuel. So the options are get more containers, which is actually possible. Get 2 more little 5 litres. I reckon we can take 3 of them. Get a 4-wheel drive to drop some off. Well, if we're really lucky, there's another dirt bike crew with support. And they can drop it off. Or a station. Or a station might sell us some.
You never know. But that's the way to go. Versus low-lying swamp and maybe impassable for some time after rain, but they haven't had rain for ages.
Yeah, it should be fun. Yeah.
Usually, you would probably take one of those exits fairly quickly, but we were lucky enough to catch a rodeo.
Flip that switch and it's gonna blow. a cat 5 run to a killer skull. Lord, he's one hell of a ride. Yeah, he's one hell of a ride. He's a hell of a ride. Hey, he's a hell of a ride.
We finally reached their final, northernmost camp. This is as far as King and Gray went. They're a bit like Michael Collins. You know, the guy who didn't get to walk out on the moon with Aldrin and Armstrong. Except our explorers never stepped on the moon. Yep, Burke and Wills never saw open ocean. Stopped around 10 kilometres inland by mangroves and mud. Hopefully they felt some satisfaction at achieving their goal in some form. Because after that, it's all back to being downhill. They lost Gray to dysentery along the way back to the dig tree. This town was named after the Norman River, which was named after William Henry Norman, who commanded the sloop that searched for our unlucky explorers. Burke and Wills could have definitely used a beer from here.
Last stop before we get to the Northern Water. We've done the Southern Ocean to the Northern Ocean, same way as Burke and Wills. But we were successful.
Burke and Wills could have definitely used a beer from here.
Ah, got a beer for me there, mate. That's unusual. Steve doesn't normally drink beer. Well. Mate, is to, nearly going from south to north, ocean to ocean. Only got another 30 k's to go, I think.
70 a week.
Yep. And you know what? The Burke and Wills, they stuffed it up. We got it right. You know what the difference is? Well, they didn't have enough horsepower. Well, they probably had about like 10 horses. We got 150 times 2. That's the difference. So here we are with the world's biggest croc. Biggest croc. There you go. Yeah. 8.63 metres. Hey? Oh, well, we left Melbourne and 6 days later we're here and heading up to Cape York, up to the tip.
Unlike Burke and Wills, we had enough supplies to continue on. And we had the town of Karumba, situated where the Norman River meets the sea. Fishing is huge here, and some say a bar here named Animal Bar is the inspiration for a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, Animal Bar. Bet you didn't know that. We didn't.
Right, mate, what do we got? I'll start again. Just point out the tip there. Okay, there's the tip. That's where we're heading, right, mate?
Yep.
We've got a bit of a hike though. We've got to go about 3 days ride there.
Yeah, I remember. Down here on the inside of the Gulf.
Yeah.
So we'll make our way up through Dunbar.
We're going to need some extra fuel, right?
Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel, I think. Probably too much. But I reckon even if you want to dump a bit of fuel when we get to the off the asphalt.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. 8 Mile Creek, New Dixie outstation.
Yeah. So, mate, I think we're pretty well fully loaded here. We've got 10 litres fuel on top, 10 litres back. We've got
Looks like there's a bit of weight on there, man.
pretty top heavy. I don't want to get too much of an angle.
It's like having a real fat girlfriend.
Some water. We've got the Camelback's got another 3 litres of water. Yeah, so that's about it, mate.
All we've got to do now is stay on them.
Yeah, just have to stay on, mate. So we've got 500 k's of who knows what. Few crocodiles and river crossings, and sandy hooked out sections of who knows what. Now Stevie put a new tyre on last night, so we're good there. New Pirelli. So mate, where's your fuel strapped on?
5 litres there,
Yeah.
7 litres there, 7 litres there. These
Okay.
things are pretty good, I think.
Could be okay, yet to determine.
Don't fall off.
Yeah, and then water-wise, you've got a
4 litres.
4 litres here.
I've got
Yeah.
another 3 litres in Camelback.
Okay.
We've got another 6 litres. With Stevie's bike. So I'll follow you for a bit, make sure nothing falls off. Okay. The jackets.
So I think I'm going to die today. You gonna look after you, Steve?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah, very much. Nice, huh? Nice spot. Yeah, okay.
You know where you are? You in the jungle, baby.
Hey, come across. What, you want me to go?
In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Please, in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Feel
Comes Andrew across the Mitchell River.
It's too fucking easy, you need a harder one.
The next stretch is a long one. Eventually, we stop at Musgrave, our next piece of civilization. They're very open to simple questions.
What do we got for dinner? What's for dinner?
There's plenty of crows, cows, and few people. A peaceful place to recover.
from the trees. Grass is always greener, but how do you know we'll see? Can't get started. Chemical heart. Every time I get started.
We're having all sorts of wonderful eating experiences on this trip. We have massive steaks last night, like I don't know, it must have been huge, mate. It was 600 grams or something, 700 grams of steak. This morning the breakfast is huge, you can't eat it all. But the fortunate thing is I haven't seen any avocado for a week now. Or watercress. Or watercress. This is probably where, up this part of the world, is probably, or down a bit, is where they grow the avocados too, probably, but it's just the bloody Victoria would have avocado with everything, yeah?
Stevie's got a hearty bushman's breakfast there too. 3 eggs and 3 gallons of baked beans. That should help you round up the cattle today, mate.
Should do.
Yes, we will continue up and stop at each of the telegraph stations.
From Musgrave, we continued to Cohen, which was your fairly normal Queensland small town, except for its special pub.
All okay? Wasn't such a bad ride. I mean, let's had a few twisties. Yeah, it would be rude not to have a beer. Get a sex change there as well, mate. So here we are at the Sex Change Hotel in Cowan, on our way to North. Yeah, I just want a beer today, not a sex change. I don't know about you guys. Where's your walk and you might need one?
And be careful how you walk out, you mightn't be what you walked in.
Okay. Might have certain bits changed, yeah?
Yeah, well, these people will change.
Well, here goes. We're going to walk in that door there. We could come out Andrea rather than Andrew. Right? I reckon, Steve, you Stephanie now rather than Steve? You look pretty much the same, mate. But, so you get many sex changes been requested here, or it doesn't happen very often?
Don't you stop, don't you stop, so don't you stop, you're pushing the needle to the red, the needle to the red, oh no, don't push, don't push it, don't push.
So I won't miss a couple, will I?
Oh, I grabbed the beater. This is me. This one.
Oh. Okay, the odd one out, yeah.
Get a shocky for Frank.
Hey, yeah, let's see if we can help Frank out, yeah.
Got to put your undies on. I don't wear undies.
I got the money in my pocket. I got the cockies in my hand. I got myself a couple of tickets to see a rock and rollin' band.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see you stop us, actually. I wondered what.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to help someone out or something. I didn't
No,
realise.
that's all good.
This is the most unusual place for a breath test, but
Yeah, well, we just stopped up with these guys, and
okay.
so I'm like, it's just not worth the hassle. I'm sure you guys haven't been drinking or anything, but
yeah.
and yeah, like I was saying, like, we're down from Lockhart, we're just doing patrols.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a little cafe there, and they do like, well, not cafe, like a general store.
Good.
And they've got pretty good food in there.
Yeah, we'll check it out. And we want to go
We
have a
go
look
to
at
Chili
this.
Beach and go past Portland Road. All right, there you go. Nice big breath for me. And stop. I'll let you guys go out of the way anyway.
The way you're moving like a queen. You got the face to raise a riot. And still you're only 17. But little girl, you're all so shy. You hardly make a sound. Come on, babe, you know there ain't no time to mess around. Evie, 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 let your hair hang down.
So we found a couple more KTM riders. We've lost one, we're waiting for him. So here we are, we're heading down the old telegraph track.
Nothing too serious. If you close your eyes, it may go away. Nothing too serious.
So what happened here, guys? We had a bit of a get off, did we?
Frank was just having a look down there, see what it's all about.
Right, okay, let's just check this out. Okay, so yeah, we see a few skids, a bit of, we dropped it right about here somewhere. Like he missed the corner. Maybe he was going too fast, or he wasn't concentrating, or something. I don't know.
Not fast enough. Maybe it's the
Not
fact
fast
that
enough. Yeah. Yes. It may be that the old shocky here
Give
is.
it a push now. What's it?
Just an explanation.
Okay. Look. It's certainly not helping anything. We need a new shocky.
Take a look at this place, take a look at this mess. Nothing too serious. If you close your eyes, it may go away. Nothing too serious. We can do it again some other day.
Back off again, eh?
Nothing too serious.
Here we are at Moreton Telegraph Station. I don't know, probably the third station they set up along the route to the tip.
All too soon, it was time to finish the journey. It had been fun, adventure, and sun all the way to our destination. We said goodbye to our riding mates and headed off to finish the journey by reaching the tip.
About 40 k's. So we'll just drive into town, then we'll give Steve a call, I guess. Here's the star-studded cart. One Mr. MotoGP, another one over there. And poor old me. Here we are, we made it to the tip of Australia. Wind's blowing. Great kite surfing spot. For crocs. Where are they?
I'm standing here on the ground. The sky above won't fall down. See no evil in all directions. Resolution of happiness. Things have been dark for too long. Don't change me.
So here we are off Bamaga at the tip of Australia, the Gulf of Carpentaria, Cape York. We're right up the top. We're now going past Prince of Wales Island and heading to where are we heading to? We're going to Thursday Island. I think we're going to Thursday Island, yeah?
Yes, Thursday Island.
Okay, there you go. So, confirm what we thought. Thursday Island looks good, yes. We like it, yeah. The Freedom Chase is the road all the way from Melbourne to the tip. Thursday Island, another great potential kite surfing spot. You can see the wind turbines operating, so that's always a good sign. Beautiful bay, nice clear water, a few crocodiles, stingers and jellyfish to worry about, but maybe a couple of sharks as well, but nothing to get excited about. Downtown Thursday Island, well, pleasant little town, quite pretty in fact, so it's got everything going on, probably Australia's best kept secret. And good place for kite surfing. The wind is good here. The water's nice. There's a few crocs we've got to worry about. Here's Australia's top pub in Thursday Island. It's the highest pub in Australia, in the territory, I guess. Surprise, surprise, the boys are having a beer. They'd have one too, I guess. So excuse me guys, you're local, I take it? Yeah. Why have you kept this place a big secret for so long? You haven't told any of us on the mainland there about this place?
But the flight's scared them, so. Permission to get here.
Yeah. It's a struggle to get here, it's true, but it's well worthwhile. We've ridden the bikes up here and decided to take a little trip across, and it's stunning. It's a beautiful place, yeah. The only thing missing is I like kite surfing, and so I need to get have you seen kite surfing here? Yeah.
I'm not many. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen on game enough, but
Yeah. Okay.
waiting for you to
Well, this is the problem. I went to Chile Beach too, you know, and it was stunning down the coast there a bit. But the crocodiles, yeah, and the sharks and the stingers and
That's it. They're all out there
But
anyway.
I think this is just a secret, so you don't have all these tourists come up here and upset things.
We'd traversed the route taken by Burke and Wills, and beyond, finding ourselves more knowledgeable and having a deeper understanding of the trials and tribulations they would have gone through along the way. And we had motorbikes and proper roads. Thursday Island is a stunning place. A place someone could find their freedom. It's a fitting end to our journey, so it's time for Andrew to set up his kite, hit the water, and experience freedom. Actually, hold on. We're not done quite yet. Of course, Andrew also had to get back home. Back on the bike, he headed to Cooktown. Luckily, both he and the bike arrived in one piece.
Stopping at the red line, girl, 'cause I wanna get you sick now. No going at the green line, girl, 'cause I wanna be with you now. You are my special, you are my special, you are my midnight, yeah. So sweet, so fine, so nice. Oh my.
So we now have proof that Andy can actually change a tyre. We had a puncture out the road, tried to get the tube out and put a patch on for the start without taking the wheel off because we couldn't. That didn't work, and later on we found a guy come along, had the right spanner, get the wheel off, we put a new tube in and on our way. Ooh, but wow, what a hot sweaty experience, and good to come into this pub here and have a beer and find a room for the night. Anyway, we're mobile, we're off to back down south, down to Cairns now.
Bike fixed, Andrew tried a few of the more famous pubs around, like the Lion's Den Hotel. It had some curious patrons. Next up, he headed to a more peaceful destination, the spectacular waterfalls in Bloomfield. They were relaxing and beautiful.
Quite a waterfall. This is in the middle of summer, so Bloomfield Falls in the winter and the wet season would be quite something.
Equally as amazing was the nearby Daintree rainforest, which also features isolated beaches.
some highway east of Omaha. I can listen to the engines moaning out his one old song. I can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. You just wish the trip was through. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. There I go, then star again. There I go, turn the page. Walk into this restaurant, all strung out from the road. You feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode.
Further south, Andrew went through Port Douglas before continuing to Gympie.
Yeah, most times you can't hear 'em talk.
By now, Andrew had well and truly done too much riding and was starting to get a little crazy.
Is it woman? Is it man? And you always seem outnumbered. Run up the arrows.
I've seen the style before. Terminal psychotic.
Charlie!
Do you see me, toe cutter? Do you see me, man?
And things were getting a bit dangerous. So, stopping in Gympie, he had a reflective bite to eat and decided after riding 9,000 kilometres in 12 days, enough was enough. He trucked the bike back home and flew back to Melbourne.
Downtown Maroochydore, no, downtown Gympie, having my morning breakfast. Got some ham, cheese and tomato sandwich, cappuccino.
He has since recovered from the ride, but it took a while. Quite a long while. He's ready for the next freedom-finding adventure. So we'll see you next time as we go chasing Zephyr.